Okay, so I'm here today with Alex Pineda, who's our creative director out of San Francisco, and Andi Witmer, who's here in the office with me, and she's our senior designer for Interactive.
Hello.
And the three of us recently did a webinar on 2017 design trends. Each of you came up with your three favorite trends. Alex, why don't you start?
My favorite trends are 90s retro design, augmented reality and virtual reality go mainstream, and rich storytelling.
So tell us about them.
Well, 90s retro design is becoming very popular because of millennials really becoming one of the dominant groups in the workforce, and so a lot of advertisers and companies are creating campaigns specifically targeted for them. So you're seeing that a lot more these days.
And what retro design, like, give us examples.
Well, I mean, in terms of websites out there, there's a lot of stuff for like the Nintendo DS that have that sort of look, Super Mario sort of look, as well as like stuff from like old album covers, that sort of harken back to, what was popular with the millennials growing up.
And with the AR and the VR, augmented reality and virtual reality, do you really think that that's gone mainstream?
It's becoming so, yeah. I mean, if you look at the success of Pokemon Go, I mean, that was one of the most successful sort of augmented reality experiences of all time. I mean, it became a global phenomenon, so I'd say that was pretty mainstream. And then now that the big consoles like PlayStation and Xbox have created their own sort of VR hardware, that's pretty mainstream these days. And then, Oculus Rift. So there's a lot more content and then a lot more hardware supporting these experiences now.
And for our clients that are associations, I mean, there's kind of some interesting training opportunities available with VR. And
Yes.
what do you mean by rich immersive storytelling?
Well, one of my favorite things that I think is the best way to convey a brand message or to, show people the value of something is by telling a story. And so, especially now with video, with interactive, diagrams and rich media, basically you can create a much more immersive, sort of narrative experience rather than just text on a screen.
Now, Andi, how about you? You've got your three.
I do, yeah. My three were Cinemagraphs, rethinking your branding area, and also bold, bright color palettes.
So tell us about those trends.
So Cinemagraphs are something that were invented a couple years ago. They're really exciting. It's pretty much a photo and a video hybrid. So it'll be a flat image and then we'll mask out one area so there's a little video showing through. So for example, if you have a video of your trade show, instead of everybody moving, you would just kind of mask out one little area and have those people walking. So it's not quite as distracting as a video would be, but has more life in it than a photo would.
So it's not meant to be the focus, it's meant to be a background, but with
Exactly.
something more interesting going on.
Yep,
I've seen them and they're fantastic.
they are. We love doing them.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what's your second trend?
The second one is rethinking your branding area. So for this one, we're just kind of recommending to clients to maybe rethink the way that's structured. So maybe instead of having promos that scroll through a carousel, to surface those in more of a grid-like pattern. So if the branding area, if your analytics are showing that the branding area isn't getting as many clicks as you would like it to maybe surface that content in a more grid-like structure so people can see all of their options at once as opposed to just one and then having
Or maybe
to click
just
through
one
them
at
all.
a time and
Or
have
one
it
at a time.
refresh,
Yep.
upon reload.
Yes, correct.
Or maybe get rid of it altogether.
Yep.
We've done in some cases.
That's true too.
So, and then there's this trend for big, bold color, which I
There is.
love.
If you look at big brands like Snapchat, Instagram, everyone seems like they're going towards those really loud, bright colors that kind of brings excitement to the brand. And I think that kind of plays in with Alex's retro design, because if you think back to like the late 80s and early 90s, all those colors were super bright. So I think that might be where that's pulling from too.
So, Alex, there are trends and there are fads. If a client said, well, which of these trends should I be paying attention to? What would you say?
Well, I would say the 90s retro design is like a one-off kind of thing. It's just for something fun. I wouldn't use it as an evergreen sort of approach to conveying a brand or some sort of identity package. Maybe for like a conference or something that's targeted like a micro campaign. I think that would work really well. So I'd say that's more of a fad. But as far as long-term trends, I think for my three, rich media experiences are the way to go. Like combining different elements together
And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, for my three, I would say the bold, bright colors is definitely more of the fad of the moment. I definitely wouldn't recommend you going and rebranding your entire organization to these big, bold, bright colors. But again, for a microsite or something, or an annual meeting, it would be great for that. And as far as more long-term things, definitely the rethink your branding area. I think that's the way sites are just going in general, less rotating through different promos and more focusing in on that one message you're trying to convey to your users.
Well, it sounds like 2017 is off to a good start. Thanks so
Yep.
much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the Matrix Minute. Don't forget to connect with us on our blog and social media. For more information, go to matrixgroup.net.